Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another fast Descendant video. So another video for the newer player to the game. So not too long ago I made a video covering the various reactors in the game, who needs what, etc. One for the external components, and I also wanted to make one for the stat sticks in the game. So stat sticks are basically weapons that if you mount them with the right Descendant, your Descendant gets more skill power just by holding the gun in their hand. You don't have to shoot at anything. The gun is not being used. You don't have to hit a weak point or something like that. You just hold the gun in your hand and use your skills as usual, and you'll get a boost. Now, there are only a few guns and a few Descendants who can benefit from this, and I wanted to cover the main guns that people use. So we have the Secret Garden, the Peacemaker, and the Blue Beetle. Okay, so these guns are primarily used to boost the power of your skills. So let's first start with the Secret Garden. Now the Secret Garden has a very interesting unique ability. Ignore this part, I'll come to this later. This part here, when using a tech skill, grants the unique ability Pest Control with a set chance. Okay, so this is Pest Control. So it has a 50% trigger chance when you're using tech skills. Okay, so if your Descendant is using tech skills, doesn't matter what element, as long as the archetype is tech, you have a 50% chance of triggering Pest Control, and you can get up to 3 stacks of Pest Control together, and they give you extra skill power per stack and firearm attack as well. So let me show you how that looks. So over here, if you see Frena skill power 23,441.456. Okay, so this is what will get a boost. So now the way the Pest Control works is if you use tech skills, there is a 50% chance of Pest Control triggering. Okay, so what we have is, if you see Frena's four abilities, 1, 3, and 4, they are all tech skills. Okay, so we'll try and spam them and see if we can get 3 stacks. Again, remember, they won't activate every time. So no activation. Okay, 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 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 still nothing. I'm going to run out. Okay, so we'll have to build them up again. So you can see it says 50% chance, but sometimes it seems lower, especially when you're trying to make a video. Okay, we got 3 stacks here. Okay, so now you can see it's 28,862. It was like 23,441, something like that. So you'll see after 10 seconds, it drops down to 23,440. So you get a massive, like a 5,000 skill power boost just by holding the gun and using your tech skills as normal. So you're not even paying attention. It's just in your hand, you're spamming your skills and you're getting some extra power every now and then. Okay, so that is the Secret Garden. Now you can use this with any Descendant that uses tech skills. So you can use it with Lepic, you can use it with Ajax, you can use it with Biesa if you're not using the absolute zero build, because under normal builds, her 4th ability is a tech skill as well. So you can use various abilities. Again, you don't have to mod the gun in any way or anything, just hold the gun in your hand. Now let me show you the other benefit using Ajax. Okay, so certain Descendants, as you can see, have a custom resource below the MP bar. Okay, and with Ajax case, when you use his skills, he gets a third of that back. So he'll get a third of that custom resource until it fills up, and then his skills get enhanced and so on. So if we do this, that is under normal circumstances. Now with the Secret Garden in your hand, you have a 39% chance of getting a 10% more of that resource. So let's see, you can see over here, we get another 10% there. So that can happen, so you can fill up your custom resource a little faster. So yeah, this is only if you are using dimension skills. Okay, so over here, when using a dimension skill, recovers custom resource with a set chance. Okay, so with Ajax, his first skill is dimension. Okay, his 4th skill is dimension. Okay, 2 and 3 are tech skills. So we have to use his first ability, and you should get more custom resources every now and then. Again, it's a 39% chance, so you won't get it every time. Let's use skills again. See, this time you get 10%. So those are the two. And I would say Ajax is probably the only one who benefits with both of the two things that this gun offers, dimension and tech, because his skills are dimension and tech. Freyna only has tech, and most other descendants only have tech. So this is good, and he also has the custom resource. Most descendants don't use a custom resource. So that is the secret garden. Now the other gun that people often use is the actually, let me just get Valve in here. So the other gun that people use is the Peacemaker. So Peacemaker works in a similar manner. You have to use dimension or fusion skills, and what it does is it gives you single reload for peace. And the single reload for peace basically is similar. It increases your non-attribute skill power, okay, and it also increases the there's also an ability for the gun where when you have max stacks, you can shoot all the bullets in the magazine in one go. Okay, so you don't have to use that if you're just using as a stat stick, but you will get this single reload for peace. 100% trigger rate, so there is no 50% or 39% chance here. Every time you use your fusion or dimension skills, you will trigger a stack and you can get 5 stacks. Okay, so let me just swap this for something else so that this doesn't trigger, because this is another thing that triggers with Valby. So what we want to see is over here, we have 0.2 times the non-attribute power. So now we'll build up 5 stacks of her single reload for peace. You can see that circle like a bullseye thing. That is the thing. 4 and 5. Okay. So now you can see this is up to 0.63 just by holding the gun and using your skills. Okay. So after a while, this will go back down to 0.2 once the time is over. It tends to last for a while. So 0.2x. So this is the benefit for Valby with this gun. Okay. The third gun is Blue Beetle. Now, Blue Beetle is not used as much, I suppose, but you can use it with people like Sharon, Piesa. So basically what happens here is if you have abilities that use the fusion skill type, you get a 115% crit rate. Okay, so in other words, descendants that have a high crit rate and you're trying to max out their crits, you can use this instead of using the skill insight module, because this gives you the same amount and you can use something else there. And this is a 100% trigger rate with a 10-second duration. There are no stacks and anything. You just use this if you're using your fusion skills, and you'll get more crit power. So yeah, so this is how you use this one here. Now, this is again a little limited. You have to use it with descendants that use a fusion skill and they have high crit. Otherwise, if it's a non-crit descendant, it won't benefit you that much. So those are the 3 main guns: the Secret Garden, the Peacemaker, and the Blue Beetle. There are a few other guns that help in other ways, but you have to shoot at something, you have to hit a crit or a weak point. But just for holding the gun in your hand, these are the 3 that are most commonly used. Now, another benefit with these guns is depending on the cores, if you have unlocked the core system, you can put certain cores that can give you some speed bonus. They can give you some grapple cooldown, things like that. So if you see here, the yellow cores where it says sprint speed 10, I have 3 sprint speed cores on Freyna. So sprint speed 20%, 19%, and there's a free core. I've put another sprint core in there, giving us an extra sprint power. So what does this do? So basically, if you look at this gun here, the Malevolent, okay, if you see the sprinting speed for Freyna, it will be 800. Okay, if you put the Secret Garden with 3 sprint cores, our speed has gone up to 1264. So massive increase. This is faster than Bunny in her speed of light mode. Unless she's using the electric condense, she can go to 1300. But this is 1264 just holding the gun in your hand. You have to do nothing else. You don't even have to use your skills. You're just using the gun as a stat stick to get more speed. And so yeah, for someone like Inez, you have to use her 4th. Bunny has to use her 3rd skill, not 3rd, 2nd speed of light to get power to speed. With this, you can give this to any descendant, and even the slowest descendant will be running at great speeds. Okay? So you'll be getting 1264 just by doing that. You can also do the same thing with the Peacemaker, because Peacemaker is also a gun which has several of the yellow cores available. So you can see here I've done the same thing here. 2 yellow cores So I can put 2 sprint and 1 free slot. So I put another sprint. This one is actually even faster. We are running at 1272. Okay, so and this is faster than Valby's third skill, which is this one here. When she's in this state, the cleanup state, she's at 1000 speed with the gun in her hand. She's faster. So this one is faster than being in her liquefied state. So these are some of the benefits of statistics, and if you want them, it makes your life a lot easier. You can also put like grapple cooldown if you wanted. So with this one, I've put 2 sprint cores and 1 grapple core. Okay. So what this does is your grappling, which is the mid-air maneuvering, you have enough cooldown to stay in the air permanently. So watch this. So you're up here, jump a bit and use that again. So you can be in the air forever if you want. So yeah, so these are some of the things that you can use with guns without actually, doing much and get some benefits. So yeah, so those are the 3 main guns: Secret Garden for tech descendants and dimension descendant like Ajax, who has custom resource. We have the Peacemaker for descendants that have non-attribute skills and they use fusion or dimension. And we have the Blue Beetle for descendants that have high crit and they have fusion skills. Hopefully this was useful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.